Hi, this is Amy Lippmann from healthcoachva.com. And today I really want to focus on where you should be focusing your efforts to grow your business. This is a really important topic because we are constantly hearing about all these things. I sometimes like to refer to them as eye candy. We are constantly hearing about all these things that we should be doing to help market and grow our businesses, whether that's blogging or search engine optimization or forming partnerships, running group programs, um, social media. And it becomes really difficult to be successful when we have this huge list of things that we feel like we need to be doing, but can't really focus on any of them. And so this is the first in a series of videos that I am creating for you to really take you through what you should be focusing on in your business. And this is really going to depend upon where you're at in your business, and you'll hear me speaking to that. What you're going to focus on is going to change over time. And you want to think of it almost as building blocks. You get certain things set up, and then you can move on and focus on additional things. But you don't need to focus on everything at once. So today I really want to focus on what I am calling the 4 essentials. And this is really where you want to start. If you are a new coach, um, and you're just starting out, you've been in business for a year, but also, I can't say this strongly enough. Even if you've been in business for several years, you do want to make sure that you also have these essentials set up because sometimes we skip them. Okay. And the first one is your having a website. And now this can get very overwhelming because, we think about having a website, we can often feel like we need the most perfect, most beautiful website ever. And that can take a lot of money, that can take a lot of time. What I want to really impress upon you is that you really just want to have a website that's good enough, especially when you're starting out, something you can upgrade going forward. And a lot of the clients that we work with, and yourself included, have attended the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, and that school gives graduates their own website, the IIN platform. And if you are this particular client, Sheila Bischoff, her business is shininghealth.com, and she's been in business for a long time, and she still uses the IIN website quite successfully. So you want to make sure that you have some place to send people, okay? Um, This is a WordPress site that we created for a client, Elaine Morales, not just a daydream.com. She started off on an IAN website and we moved her over to WordPress. Our client, Susie Carpenter, she is on a WordPress platform here. And one of our clients, Heidi Fannin, she has been in business for a while and she is also using the IAN website. Um, the second essential that you want to have is a free gift. This is what is going to incentivize someone to get on your list. And it's also going to allow you to create a list of ideal clients. So, for example, Chilla's free gift here, 5 ways to stop your sugar cravings. She developed this because this is an area that she focuses on with clients that she knows her ideal clients struggle with and they need, and something that she's an expert in. So when people come to her website and they're struggling with sugar cravings, they immediately see that she is offering something that they need. And then they are going to view her as an expert and someone who they want to work with. They're going to see you as an expert, as someone who knows their stuff and is going to be able to support them. So Elaine's free gift here is a 7-day jumpstart program. Susie has a free gift, which is 7 slimming tips for taming your sweet tooth. And Heidi's, which is a little bit more hidden here than I would like, is discover how to create a breakfast that will accelerate your weight loss success. So number 3 in the essentials is you want to have a way to invite people to schedule an initial consultation with you. If you are offering private coaching and you are wanting more private coaching clients, you will want to do a couple of things. But Time Trade is a really wonderful service where you can set up an online calendar. And we have that on our website. I can show you how we have that set up. So we have it in various places, but if you go to our contact page, we have click here to schedule a time to speak with us. I have to say that setting this up was really critical in my business because it allowed me to avoid all of the email exchange going back and forth. And it resulted in a higher rate of people scheduling, and it saved me an immense amount of time. So one thing that I recommend is that somewhere, and usually a couple of places prominently on your site, you actually make an invitation for this initial session. And you can see Chilla has done this here with a free 15-minute discovery session. And if you click on her discovery session link, it takes you to her Time Trade calendar. So that's a great way to do it. The way Elaine has done it is on a Get Started page where she markets her free 30-minute Freedom from Food Drama breakthrough session. And if you click on the link, it takes you to her Time Trade calendar. You can also do this when people subscribe for your free gift. You can have them receive a series of emails, follow-up emails, autoresponders. And in that, you will, again, if you're wanting to take on additional private coaching clients, you'll want to include an invitation for them to actually schedule a time to speak with you and then link to your Time Trade calendar. The fourth essential, and the last one that I'm going to go over today, is that you want to have regular content that you're sending out to your list. Okay. This is called a newsletter. It's called an e-zine, a blog post, and there are a number of different ways to do this. In terms of frequency, you want to be looking at least every other week, ideally weekly. But when you're starting out, start with every other week, and then you can move to weekly. Why having a newsletter e-zine is critical is that you don't want to end up in the situation where you're building your list and you're not staying in touch with them. And then weeks and months have gone by, and suddenly you have a cleanse or a detox that you want to promote, and you're sending promotional emails out to them. This is not going to sit really well with your list. What you want to be doing is sending them really good quality content that is going to help you build a relationship with your audience. You're giving them high quality content is going to build that know, like, and trust factor with them. And it can be short and sweet. The trick is to do it in a way that is easy for you so that you actually do it. Okay. So Chilla here has a simple, you can see there's not a lot of formatting. She has a simple newsletter and she has some different sections. Because she has some classes and events coming up, she has a section for that. She starts with a personal note, then does upcoming classes and events. One of the things she's marketing right now is her spring cleanse. Then you hop over to her article, and she includes her whole article here and a recipe, plus a section here of Let Me Help. Okay, this is more of what I call a long form newsletter. with multiple sections, and this can take a lot longer to create. It's a great idea, but it can take a lot longer to create. And so what some of our clients have chosen to do is go for a simpler format. So Elaine Morales from Not Just a Daydream, which we looked at her site earlier, she most weeks sends out a very simple email with she's got her banner on top. She sends a personal kind of message here that leads into her topic, her article. And when you click on the link here for her article, it takes you to her blog, which gives you the full blog post. Okay. And that's a nice strategy because it's taking people back to her site where they may want to explore and click around, or they may want to post a comment, and that's good for interaction. Okay, more similar to the last one we just looked at, Elaine's. So Susie sends out her newsletters in a variety of different ways, but one way that she sends it out is um, basically having kind of a personal email written, and it links to an article, which again then just goes to her blog post where people can read more. Okay. So again, the trick here is you want to keep it simple so that you'll do it. So if you are accustomed to getting my emails, you know that I send out a very simple text-only email that links to my blog post. And I send that out on a weekly basis. One of the things that, just to give you an extra tip here, one of the questions that I get a lot is, okay, how do I actually figure out what to write about? If I'm writing a blog post or article every week or every other week, that's a lot of content. How do I know what to talk about? And one of the best ways to determine what you're going to write about is to think about the client sessions that you've had in the last week and what are the things that came up for them. And then you can speak to those. Another thing that you can do is, as you're going through your week and you're having sessions with clients, you can just jot down, you can have a stack of Post-it notes and just jot down ideas. This is really where I draw most of my ideas from. And what's great about that is that you know that it's pertinent to your ideal clients because it's the stuff that's actually coming up and that you're discussing. So, to review, we today talked about the essentials that you want to have set up in your business. The number one was having some sort of a website. It can be a basic website, it can be an IAN website, or it can be a more sophisticated WordPress site. Number two, you want to have your free gift up on your site. Okay, and we looked at some examples of that. Number three, you want to be making an invitation for an initial consultation. You can do that on your homepage with a link to Time Trade, which we looked at some examples for how to do that. You can do that on a Get Started page. And you want to have a way for people to schedule online. You can also do this again through follow-up emails that you're sending out to people once they register for your list. And last but not least, you want to be sending out a regular newsletter or e-zine to your list to establish credibility and that know, like, and trust factor. So stay tuned. Next week, I am going to be sharing additional content in this series on what you should be focusing on your business based on where you're at. But again, make sure that you've got these essentials set up no matter where you're at. And thank you for watching, and I look forward to speaking with you next week.